Okay, so officially, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the post-focus group, which is going to be facilitated by Mariette. She will explain to you what the purpose is of tonight, but we'd also like to just warmly welcome our gentleman. Is he still with us? Yes, there we go. OG. We want to say welcome as our sponsor. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you and Amila. And I'm sure the ladies, what they're going to share tonight will give you some valuable input as to what they've experienced. And then, of course, going from here, we'll be having the final reports being run by between Leon and Mariette as well. So, Mariette, I'm going to hand over to you. This is your floor. Enjoy.
Thank you. Can everybody see my screen? The background.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Thank you. So, oh, wrong screen. Close that. There we go. So, I saw you in the beginning of this process and somewhere along the line, and the main aim of tonight is to see a little bit about your experience, how the experience was, and also the growth that you've undergone over this last couple of months. So you see, I've chosen some nice green leaves to show the new growth that we hope is in your businesses. But we're going to go through a couple of questions, and then I'm going to ask people to share their experiences. And so feel free to share if you want to say something, and then let's give everybody opportunity to talk and for us to hear the stories that maybe weren't shared in class or that has happened since class. So I'm going to go through my questions and I'll leave it on the screen for you so that you can also think about them while we answer our questions. So the first question that I want to talk about is reflecting on the Women Rise Entrepreneurship Program. What aspects stood out the most for you personally and professionally? So I'm sure you've been on other programs. So what aspects of the program stood out the most for you, either personally or professionally or both? Anyone want to have the go at that one?
I will go first. Khadifeli, good evening, everyone.
Thank you. Good evening.
Right. So for me, I think I've always say this when I share what stood out for me is when we were doing the simulation. That for me was one of the best sessions that we had because it opened my eyes when it comes to marketing. I think for me, maybe for most of us as entrepreneurs, it's always nice for us to learn by doing. So for the fact that it was more practical and we could see the benefits of what we're doing in real life, that was amazing. So I'm starting now to do that, to try and put the other business, not the cleaning, but the other business. I'm printing out boards that I'm going to just put everywhere and anywhere where I can see space. I know I'm not allowed to do it, but I'll ask for forgiveness after doing that. So that's the plan that I have. And I wouldn't have done this, have the courage to do it if I did not do the simulation module. So for me, that's what stood out.
Okay, so I can hear you're going to implement it, and that's good news. Gift, did you have anything to add to that?
Yes. I think the one that stood out for me was obviously the first session that we had with Kim, because it was based on the business and personal growth as a business person, you reflect on so many things. And then I think the second one with Dr. Leon, they were kind of personal. I'm sure our online sessions, the last sessions that we had, I was shedding tears because I was reflecting so much on the things that have been happening, and me personally, and within the business as well. So for me, those two, yeah, they really stood out for me.
Okay, thank you. Linda, would you like to add something?
Yeah, I think overall the program was very, very insightful. It highlighted some of the weak areas in terms of the way that we perhaps are marketing the businesses that we have at the moment. I think the simulation on the actual business and also the sales and marketing simulations or role plays helped a lot to assist in focusing on the right narratives. But at the same time, the use of LinkedIn for me is a platform that I haven't really utilized to market our business. So I've been, since the end of the program, trying to see how best I can reorganize my own profile first, and then subsequent to that, reorganize the profile for the business so that to make it more visible, but then also we start using it to source new business.
Okay, Linda, so yeah, the marketing and sales module stood out for you.
Yes, and the accounting
the
one, you remember
simulation.
the finance one, the simulation, yes.
Okay, good to know.
Also well, all the whatever I just mentioned, those ones. The one that we started with, which was the ones that had the Enneagrams, yes, something that I've done before, and it just confirmed the levels where I operate at, but also very useful and insightful.
Okay. Natalie, would you like to say something?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I've learned a lot, especially with Jack.
Yes.
I've when we were doing the coaching session, the last session that we had with him, for me it stood out, and as the ladies are talking, I'm going through the notes that I took the day we had that coaching session, right? He said something profound to say that we tend to play small, and we need to know that not everybody is our client. So which means you have to have a target market, right? And even with your business, you need to tell a story about your brand, about yourself, right? What you're standing for as a company, as a person, and you must accept that not everybody is your client. And for me, he also said something. I know sometimes it becomes so difficult, especially when you start talking about color, right? And I think I also found out that we tend to be emotional about issues, right? And he said something. I said, you know what? I've got friends who are black, and they tend to play small. And he said, you know what? I understand that you are taught to be humble. And he said, you know, in business, you don't have to be that humble. You need to play the game. You need to be assertive with what you want. And I think since that, I've been sharing that with the people around me. I've been sharing that with other business people that are around me. And I think that is the truth, because we are taught to be humble. We are taught to sometimes play small, but not being aware that you're playing small. or playing safe more than small, right? And I think with me right now, I'm not apologetic. I feel that I'm out there to kick back and to be specific with the type of clients, my target market. And yeah, for me, to be honest with you, I'm just there to be me and to be different. And that's it.
Thank
That's
you,
what I've learned.
Natalie. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. And I hear you also sharing it with those around you. That's very nice to hear. Is there anybody else who wants to comment on this question before I move to the next one? I see Mamoketsu raised her hand.
Hi, everyone. I would like to thank you for this opportunity again. Well, from my side, from the first session, for me, it was powerful because it was about the mindset. My mindset was in the wrong place, so I understood what I must do to improve my mindset, of which it was very helpful for me because him his I mean her lessons were more about we should understand the client. So for you to understand the client also, you have to be able to know and to understand your product. Like you must be competent in your business. You must know your product. You don't just go and sell without knowing what the client needs. So for me, it was very powerful. And then also the leadership one, also for me, how to conduct myself as a leader and how should I conduct my business? Because sometimes you become too casual with employees, and sometimes you don't have proper procedures and systems in place. So that one also, for me, it was okay. And then the marketing one, the last one.
Okay.
I didn't know much of the marketing tools that were available. So when Jack mentioned them, I was very impressed. And also, I used to be that entrepreneur who would go to the mine and just to say, I'm presenting. But now, with his skills, I've learned that you have to first find out the needs of the client. You must first listen to your clients, and you must also be able to read the room. You don't just go straight to the presentation. So also that helped me a lot. And most importantly, it was the attitude thing that before you do anything, have that positive mind, have that positive attitude that, okay, I'm going to marketing. Then it's not like you're just going, but have that mindset that I'm going to close the deal. Thank you.
Thank you. That was brilliant. I see Fortunate you put on your mic. Would you like to add something?
Yes, I think everyone, thank you for the opportunity again. Sure, I think for me, it's this, for me, it reflects back as I think most of us, that life is a never-ending journey. You can never say you've learned enough or you know more. For me specifically, I had to just to pause and just reflect back on how much am I giving into the business, and really take a step back and reassess myself. Am I giving it enough attention for it to grow? Because I am my own brand. My business is my brand. It reflects me, the order that I give in and the attention and the energy. So Kim really stood out, and all throughout the marketing and all these other facilitators, it blended with synergy, that if it does not start with me, how I see and value it, and actually put in proper structures and the tools, then it's not going to, it's not going to give good results. So the self-reflection of the end, and how, no matter how busy I am, but if I intend for it to grow, I have to put in enough time. I have to put in proper strategies, and that means making effortlessly, purposefully time to structure my business and to make it going be the best globally, hopefully. So thank you, really, really, really. It's yeah, we can have more of these. It's fine. Let it not
Thank
be
you,
the end.
Fortunate. I see that you are dreaming big, and that's very
I
inspiring.
am. No, you know, sometimes when you're doing things on your own, as much as you think you know, but and you know what, like I'm saying, show the power of showing up. And I always say to Charles, the power of showing up. Be busy, but be purposely busy. So
Mm.
yeah, I went back to the drawing board, and it's fulfilling because I'm enjoying it. I find peace and pleasure, and you flow easily. You implement things because you're not just tippy-toeing around your business, thinking you're operating with proper tools. Now that with the tools that you've given us, when you implement, there's really a action and solution and resolution. So really, I'll be forever grateful. And I just wish it can go on again, maybe the next session or more session of, what do you call it? Version 2.1 of the Nedbank program.
Thank you, Fortunate. My next questions, we would like to know a little bit more about the teaching methods that you find the most innovative and impactful. So you might have noticed that we tried in this program not to use the traditional talk and chalk and tests to go get you through the content. So what teaching and or learning methods did you find the most innovative and impactful? I see Dr. Andile has raised her hand.
Good evening, ladies. So what I found most innovative was that when we had to do the business, what is this? What's the word again?
Simulation.
Yes, the business simulation. I think for some of us who do not have educational background in accounting or marketing or business, as it were, we just learn across the streets. It was very nice. It also helped me understand how everything therefore falls into the income statement, how we count account receivables. It just made much better sense. And for me, learning with colors is almost like for people in kindergarten or whatever, but it really made adult learning so much fun and enjoyable. And
Thank
also
you.
that leadership training that we had, I don't quite remember the facilitator, but his slides were more like just pictures and him talking through. I think it was very nice. It wasn't like reading his slides. So I felt like each picture gave him a point that he had to remember, and I really liked that as well. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. That was Dr. Hackey. Anybody else want to tell us about the teaching and learning methods and how they experienced that? Don't see any hands. You're welcome to unmute.
Okay. For me, I enjoyed the leadership, like what the doc has said. It's because of the way it was dished out to us. It was given to us. It was more professional. It was you could see that the doctor knew exactly what he was talking about. So he's a professional in the field. He shared that information. Even how was that the information was packaged and given to us. You could see that this person enjoys what he was sharing, right? And what also stood out for me as well is when we did the simulation, right? When we had to sell our products, where we had to work as a team, and I know in my group we disagreed so many times, but at the end we saw the bigger picture. So which means it also helped us to say, even if you are a leader in your own company, but you still need to share with other people around you, and you still need to learn from them. because you can't, no man is an island. So for your business to succeed, you need other people, right? You need to learn from them. You need to equip yourself, and you were able to have an idea what's happening, or how it's happening in the market, to say, oh, this is how the products are packaged. This is how clients look at us as suppliers. And that was so great. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. Anybody else like to share?
Good evening, everyone. It's Phumzile here. I'm struggling to raise a hand. I'm not familiar with Zoom. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you for the type of the program that you put together. Majority of the time you attend an entrepreneurship program, but most of them, they focus on the basics. What I found with this program was that it's designed specifically for people who are in the position of growing their businesses and are stuck. So for me, I found a lot of answers from me personally as a leader. With Kim, I understood that I'm a perfectionist, even though I never knew it. But at least now I manage it better, because my expectation, I thought things comes easy for all other people, only to find that it's because not everyone can see or do things the way I do. So it has made me to be able to adjust to the team. And also I learned a lot from Jacques. I know his teaching style was very different, but I found that majority of the information that he had, he was direct, and he was answering basically the information. I've had LinkedIn, I think, since 2013, but I've never worked on it. And I think out of the sales module, what I learned is that for you to get the benefit out of marketing, you have to work it. As simple as that word is, but you can have your best Facebook and everything, but if you're not working it so that you can do those connections, and also on Google your company appears, then at the end of the day you don't get the best out of that. That's what I learned, besides the connections. But I think as much as I had all these tools, I didn't know how to make them work for me. So I think that's what I learned mostly from him. Yes, so for me, those were the best. And then the business simulation. I learned that in that one is that sometimes as business owners, we become bold, or sometimes too bold, thinking we know, only to find that you'll get stuck. We learned, especially with the team that we're in, we were investing big, and then we realized we got stuck now without cash flow, because we're investing too much and getting our funding stuck, of which what we sometimes do in reality, especially in our industry, you take some projects, for example, government projects that will look lucrative at the time, but when they take 6 months not paying you, then it's another totally different story for your business. So I learned a lot in terms of positioning, in terms of myself, in terms of marketing, in terms of leadership altogether. I learned about AI. It's one of the tools I was running away from. From now on, believe me, I'm friends with ChatGPT. I'm learning Canva now. I've actually taken my website away from the company that was developing it. I've brought it in-house, because now we can update it ourselves, because we found an AI tool where we can manage it ourselves, and it was cheaper. So for me, this program has worked a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's very insightful. Is there anybody else that would like to share something on this question about the methods that you were taught? I see Gus Stevens, Boitumelo. Your hands up.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. For me, what I've learned, I took it with two hands. Number one, this experience that we've experienced at Nedbank women of stature. It is not experience that you can get it on the shelf. You can't buy it. What I've learned, it's gold that I will forever cherish and take pride of what I've implementing in my business. The experience was role play, simulation, or hands-on project that built the confidence and problem solving. At this moment, is the knowledge that they didn't just transfer. I had to create the understanding and also put practical skills. What I've learned there, it's a breathtaking. I've implemented together with all my employees in the business, and starting from day one, self-awareness. It's something that you cannot get it over a cup of coffee. I'm grateful because there are certain things that I was not aware of myself. I didn't know that I'm like that person, up until Kim make me aware of those things. And also the sales and marketing, it's the teaching style. I was mind blown, especially on that time, the last session of Mentor. The last session was so amazing. I've learned a lot, and it's in my business. Sometimes you think you're doing right because you're getting contract left, right, center. Up until you do the reflection, you realize that no, man, I don't have walking in customers, but my boards are all over the town, the corner of these towns. They are my all. I put my boards, but you don't get the response from the working in customers. Up until I put myself out there, Jack told me that put yourself out there. Don't just be satisfied on one hand, because if one hand tomorrow it drops or something, then your business will die, because you're looking only one income stream, of which I was not aware of. That you need to put yourself out there. If this thing is not working out, you've got the plan B. So to me, the teaching styles was everything, because in our businesses, we need the practical. We need to do the practical so that we can see the result. We can read 100 books, but if you don't put things in practical, you don't know what you are doing. I thank you.
Thank you so much. Anybody else want to add before I move to the next question?
Yes, I will add.
Yes,
Khadi.
thank you.
So for me, let me just make sure that I read the question properly.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
Oh, okay, it's fine. So I must say, with regards to what I learned from Kim, I am still I still am applying, using the three, I think it's the three minds, because I'm very emotional. When I think of something, I use emotions most of the time. So I have learned from her that we need to use all our three brains, the heart, the guts, and the brain. So I never knew that for me to make good decision for the business or for in my personal life, I don't only have to rely on my heart, because I've always been relying in my heart and not consider the guts. So after doing that personal mastery session with Kim, I intentionally decide using all the three brains. So that is something that helps me in the business. Even when I had a challenge with one of my staff members, when we had the coaching session, I was not quick to just make decision. I obviously checked with the team. I asked during the coaching session, and it helped me to be part of this group, because I didn't know how to deal with the staff member that I had a challenge with. But because I had this group and I have learned about their brains, then it helped me make a wiser decision without applying only my heart, but applying the whole three brains.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Okay, I'm moving to the next question. How has your leadership approach or style evolved due to this program? So if we can reflect, anybody wants to reflect of how they have changed as a leader?
I'll say just a bit. Okay, for me, so I didn't put my hand up, I just unmute.
No
But
worries.
as a leader, for me, it's just to set boundaries. It's okay to set boundaries. We've made like I think how you structured the whole session and the program, starting with Kim, was really key for I think most of us, because the mindset, how we project everything going forward, it started with us, and I will still go back to that. So setting boundaries as a leader, you're not demeaning yourself. It's not that you are not valuable enough. Set boundaries, know what you want, and lead by example within those boundaries. It's what it's I don't know. It's a plus for me, and it's working quite nicely, and it's like a burden has been lifted off, because you stick into your boundaries and you don't have to over explain why you're setting boundaries, of which is like a very bad stigma. So yeah, that for me, it sets the tone and it's working for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Mamokete?
Thank you again. From my side, first of all, I used to be the leader for everyone. Like I used to put everyone first before me. So I could side with Fortune when she says that it's about boundaries. I've learned that because according to the anagram that I did with Kim, it was showing that I'm a compassionate help, I'm a considerate helper. So that has made me go back and realize that I've actually been giving people my time, employees my time, not investing my time on the business and on myself. So it has actually helped me to put more time on developing my business. It has also helped me to put more time on putting systems in place, and also not even shying away to say, this is what we are going to do to employees. This is what I'm introducing. Because I used to feel guilty. If I have to give an instruction, I would feel guilty because I would feel like I must be the one who's doing the job, not them. So this program has really helped me a lot when coming to that, because I can stand my ground. I can just give an instruction, I don't even look at your face, whether you are happy or not. But at the end of the day, I need to know why this was done and why this was not done. So it was very helpful for me.
Thank you. Anybody else like to let us know about how your leadership style has changed or evolved in this program? I haven't heard from Edith, Linda, or Edith. Either of you? Gift, Nosipo, you can go.
Okay. For me, I think the leadership approach was after our session with Kim, I learned to trust and to ask for help when there's a need to. And I have shifted some of the responsibilities to the team without stressing about everything that is happening. And I realized that I have been doubting my team, and I have been overworking. I've been involved in so many things, and I need to let go. So that really helped me, and the style, maybe if I can put it like that. 2 weeks ago, I went for a presentation and I was so nervous. And then I remembered Kim saying, if you feel otherwise, just take a step back, breathe in, out, out. And then I went there alone. I presented, and I didn't even think that I'll make it through. When I got home, I got an email. So there's been an improvement, and yeah.
Oh, that's great to hear. Anybody else like to comment before I move to the next question?
Edith
You
here.
mentioned
Oh,
Edith and then Linda.
okay. So what I've learned from this program is actually I struggled with my employees, but one thing that I took away from it is my leadership style, as well as the most important thing is giving how to give out instructions properly. Because sometimes we do give out instructions, but is it properly given out so that a person may understand? Because at the end of the day, most of the time I was getting frustrated on why is this thing executed differently. But I've learned through leadership style is, are you then giving out instructions properly? And as well as the balancing between being a coach, being a mentor, and being a manager as well. So yeah, so I take away that.
Okay, thank you, Edith. Linda?
I wanted to say thanks. I wanted to say that I didn't attend the class in person, so I had to read the slides and to also listen to the audio, which okay, in some parts it wasn't very audible. But I think my takeaway on the leadership is that it is very important to always know when and how to delegate. And also the point that has just been mentioned, be able to also balance. Because I think one of the things that I've struggled with is to let go. Always thinking that I would do it better or I would do it as the best. So to delegate and be able to give instructions properly so that people are able to execute the work and be out of the day-to-day operations so that I'm able to focus on the strategic issues of the business. So that was one of the takeaways that I could pick up from the recordings and the slides.
Okay, thank you, Linda. I see Pumzile, your hand is up.
Yes, I just wanted to reiterate what Edith said. When I came to the program, I was overworked because I was doing everything myself. I didn't trust anyone to do it properly, and I've been doing that for years. But when I realized that the problem is not the people that are working with me, the problem is with me, because I want things to be so perfect. And I actually learned to let go. So I actually got an assistant now that is able to assist me, and she's doing a great job. Even the teams on site, before I would, if there's something wrong, I'll jump in, leave the office, jump to site and rescue everyone. But now I actually can mentor. Now I can coach. I no longer jump into other people's position and cause confusion. That has actually changed a lot about my leadership skills, because even the team now, they're able to grow. Because before, as much as I'll be there, even customers, they'll now overlook my team and want me to be there personally, because that's what I was portraying as a leader, that I'm the superhero of the whole company. But now they are actually accepting the actual company structure, and also I'm less stressed as a leader compared to when I started the program. For me, that has been a biggest change in leadership. Now I can have time to plan, to strategize. I think lately my biggest job now is strategy and sales and marketing. But the rest of the other jobs, I've actually taken them out of my hands. So that has been a big change.
Okay, I hear that you can now focus on being a leader. That sounds very inspiring. I saw Natalie's hand. Do you want to add something, Natalie?
Okay. On my side, I'd say when it comes to leadership, um, I I think I've now I delegate more, right? And I'm more confident with that delegation. And on top of that, I'll make sure that I don't allow people who can talk to my supervisor or my foreman to talk to me. If I talk to one person, I give instruction to one person, that one person will just filter that to other people. And that if someone wants to talk to me, I said, no, he is capable of listening to you, and he can decide. Unless there's a problem that he can't handle, that's when I step in. So it also gives him confidence to say, you know what, I believe in him. He's got even with decision making. I think the issue is that sometimes we tend to take time to decide. And so I've learned to say, I have to take a decision, be it good, be it not good. It doesn't matter. The fact remains is I've decided. Because sometimes you tend to sometimes we tend to take long to decide, make a decision. And that is, it gives you a reason not to do something, right? So I've learned to say, I'm taking this decision, be it good, be it bad. I'll stand with whatever the results. And I'll say to myself, I've learned from this, and that's it. And I know next time I don't have to do this, right? And I think with that, with the leadership, and I also, the other thing as well that I picked up is that I don't look at life now, today. No, I look at in the future to say that if I take this decision, how will it affect the future? How will it affect the brand? How will it affect the company? So yeah, and I look at all angles, right? And if I'm miscalculated, I stand by it and say, you know what? As a leader, I have to take responsibility and say, I've learned from this, and that's it. So yeah, and it has also given confidence as well, more confidence.
Thank you. And
Thank
I
you.
hear that you are looking into strategic decisions, and that's very good to hear that you've now stepped out of the operational side of it. We've already talked a little bit about examples, but my next question is, can you describe a real situation where you applied something from the program in your business or leadership practice? So is there anybody who wants to give me an example of something that they learned in the program and applied it, and what happens? Tell us a bit about the story there.
For me, is the sales and marketing. When Jacques was talking about the LinkedIn, so I went and I asked for recommendations from the people that I served, and I think I received 2 after I approached the people. Before that, I wouldn't have even bothered to ask them, but I think it's about 2 recommendations that I got since the sessions. It's anyway not it's also not for the cleaning, but it's for the other business. But I did it because of what I've learned from the sales and marketing module. So far, that's what I have implemented, planning to do the marketing as per the simulation. It's still work in progress.
Okay, well,
Thank
that's a very
you.
good example. Thank you. Anybody else want to give us an example of something that you learned about, or I heard a lot about, we also heard about, taking breaths before presentation that you're nervous about. So those are examples that we can definitely use. But anybody else wants to share something that they tried in their business and what was the outcome?
Sorry, can I speak? Can I come in?
Sure.
Okay, for me, the thing that happened was after the presentation that we had with after the lesson that we had with Jack, there were certain OEMs that I wanted to approach, but I always had this fear that was keeping me not to go to them. So I remember there was, I don't know what you call it, but he was holding something like he was saying it senses energy. So he was making a demonstration in the class that, okay, when you are coming to this, if you are when you're positive, then it will open, but if you're negative, it's gonna close. So I said, you know what, this day I'm going there without an appointment, and I'm going to make sure I speak to the manager, and I'm going to present. Even if she says tomorrow or what, I'm going to say, no, please, I want to present today. So that's what I did. So with the OEM, because I'm doing pumps, so I've sent applications in, and we are still in negotiation, but things look very promising for me. So that really worked for me.
Thank you. Well done. I haven't heard from Patience or Kane. Is there any examples you would like to share?
Evening, Mariette. Apologies, I ran a bit late. I had a school meeting.
No worries.
Mariette, firstly, what made a big impression on me was our first session where we got to understand our characters. I think I learned a lot that I would always see myself as, because I'm a more subtle person, but I'll remember Kim said, we are actually the angels of all the characters. And there's a lot of strength in that in terms of negotiation. So I've leveraged of that a lot. And I make use of negotiating with my type of character. In terms of leadership, Heki made a tremendous impression on me with his passion for leadership. I've got an immense love for people, but I think I battled in terms of balancing, in terms of impacting people positively. So I remember in one of our sessions we spoke about, he said that we need to teach people to fish. So I've taken that in my stride, and instead of just giving and giving, I'm teaching my people how to fish so that I can make a positive impact on their life. And we don't always impact people by just giving, but we impact people more by teaching them and making a difference in their lives that way.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you. I'm going to move to the next question. What challenges did you face when trying to implement what you've learned from the program? So if there's any challenges that you thought, you left the class, you thought, I'm going to do this, and then you get back to your business and you're like, there's you don't have the tools, or you don't. So is there anything that you would like to share with us that was difficult when you tried to implement something that you thought you wanted to implement that you've learned?
So for me, it's not the lack of the tools, or it's not that it's quite challenging, but it's just that I need to raise money in order for me to go and advertise. I need to make lots of sales for me to go and advertise. That's why it's taking me longer to go and put the bots where I want to put. So the challenge is just getting money into the bank.
Okay, so
Thank you.
you realize that the things that you want to do needed some cash flow. Anybody else? Trying to see if there's hands. Ronwa, I haven't heard from you. Not sure if you've got network issues. Patience? Zile, you're welcome to answer. I see your hands up.
Good evening, everyone, once more. What I learned in my business is that I think it's just a confirmation. I'm not making enough sales. I have built the business to have the capacity, but I think what Jacques said was the tone of my marketing material was bringing me the wrong type of customers. So the projects that I was able to bring in were not big enough to sustain. So probably in a year, we'll do maybe 2 projects, but we're over 1 million. Whereas the capacity of the business, we can take anything to 6 to 10 million. And that was always, that makes us to be always under pressure in terms of finances. So I'm currently working with Jacques to try. He connected me with one of the sales executives. So they are helping me to change the tone of our marketing material. So instead of only focusing on the residential market, which most of our marketing budget was going, we are now shifting to the commercial sector. And I think the biggest issue there was that we didn't know what to say when we were approaching that market. But now with the right team on our side, as they are busy, we are hopeful that in the next 3 months, as they said, that we'll start seeing the change. But also with what they've produced, I can see clearly our mistakes. We were not showing the exact capacity that we have, and also the customers that we're serving, we had too much capacity for them. So we ended up charging more because, for example, unlike if, let's say, maybe we are renovating a flat, for us, it will take us 2 weeks, but the price will be higher. Whereas for another person, it will take them 2 months, but the price will be lower. So you find that clients will rather go for someone who will take 4 weeks because it's a residential market. Time is not money like in a commercial sector. So we are in that process of transitioning into the right sector, which I believe the capacity that we have built and also the knowledge that we've learned will be able to use better.
Oh, that's a great example. Thank you so much. I see Linda, your hand is up. Linda, thank you.
Yes, I just wanted to ask in the interest of time, because I see that time is closing in on us. The question that I'm going to ask is a completely maybe off the whatever, but I wanted to check into with Charlotte to see how we as businesses can be able to be listed on the Nedbank database for suppliers of services. It's something that was probably mentioned at the beginning of the course or of the program, but I really wanted to understand how that would work and how does it look like when it is finished.
Okay, so OG, are you still on the line with us? Would you like to answer that question?
Absolutely, Charlotte. I am still here. And I am capable to just quickly give insights on listing on the database. But I would like to maybe preface by saying that listing on the database does not necessarily guarantee that the procurement would seek to give you, work. What it does, however, is that should there be, because Nedbank operates with a closed tender process, meaning that before they go outside, they look at the internal database that they have. So you would probably go on this particular database, you would self-register your organization, put your profile up in there, and it would be stored on the Nedbank procurement database. What happens is that when an opportunity arises within business and there is a closed tender process, the commodity specialists and the category managers would then look into that particular database to say which of these businesses meet this particular tender, and you would then be invited to participate in that tender process. It's a tender process. I'm sure all of you are familiar with how that is facilitated. The best, I guess, candidate would win the said agreement, and the job would be then given to them. But it is a good thing, you know, to be on this particular particular database just for, you know, opportunities when they arise. So what I can do is that I will just quickly look for the link and drop it in the chat for everyone, or I can send it to Charlotte to then distribute to the rest of the group. But another way that you could probably get more insights as to the happenings in the Nedbank procurement space is to register on the Nedbank SimplyBiz platform. It is an incredible platform, and it is dedicated to, you know, the business space. And now that I've heard that you guys have had moments and are interacting more actively on LinkedIn, please follow Nedbank SimplyBiz. They are tons of opportunity, especially for businesses that are put on that particular platform that you could leverage on. And there are other opportunities to collaborate with other like-minded businesses, and there are masterclasses that are offered by this particular platform, and prizes that are also given in this particular platform. So by all means, go onto the site, simplybiz.co.za. I'll also drop the address on the chats so that you guys can also be familiar with that process. So yes, the link will be shared. Both links will be shared, and you can then self-register and have your details on that particular database. And in the event that you are fortunate to get a tender or get jobs from Nedbank, please feel free to reach out to Charlotte and let Charlotte be aware that, you know, you have graduated into the Nedbank database, and that also helps us identify you or advocate for you in terms of how we get our procurement team to, you know, analyze the services that you're going to be offering, provided that you have been on a Nedbank sponsored program. I hope that answers your question.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, OG. You're actually very detailed. We shall await those 2 links, and obviously we'll do the needful. Thank you.
All right, then. Thank you.
Is there any other questions on that regard?
Just please confirm the Nedbank page on LinkedIn. You said Nedbank SimplyBiz.
Yes, I'll drop all the relevant links. Just give me a few minutes. I'm actually searching through the website
Cool.
right now.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay. So ladies, there's still a couple of questions, but I do understand we're running a little bit late. So let me, you know, you can just let us know if you need to drop off. But I'm going to go to our next question. Can you share any specific ways the program has helped you grow your business? From the start, you know that this is actually the aim, is for you to help you grow your business. So how has it helped you grow your business? Give us a little bit of details. Did you get new staff? Did you get a new project? How does it help? Like this is a hard one. Do you feel that your business has grown?
That's not a hard one. Okay. I'll say something.
Thank you.
There's progress. And the more I implement these tools, especially with the marketing, you know, I've learned how to, I think, in terms of proper content writing, the intentional of setting out proposals, how I project. It's not about me. What is it in, you know, when you're approaching your client or looking for people to collaborate with, don't make it too much about yourself. So that's also a key factor. You know, what value are you providing? So, so I'm in the process of that, and it's looking good, because once you send something, a proposal or a collaboration or a sponsor, when they give you feedback with hope, it shows that you're doing something right. And most definitely it's from it's from the reviews, it's from the classes, taking just notes of how to structure yourself, having a proper goal that's adding value, and what's their interest. Why must they be interested in you? Why must they pick you? So yeah, I'm in that process, and I think it's positive vibes, and hopefully I'll share the feedback, the full feedback in the next few weeks. Yeah, that's for me. It's a
Thank you,
plus.
Fortunate. I will leave my email also at the end so that, if you want to share with us something
Yes,
personally that you don't want to
I
share in
will
front of
do
the
that.
group, you're welcome to drop us an email or even Charlotte or just a quick WhatsApp to
Of
say,
course.
this is amazing. This is the growth that I've seen. I know that
Okay.
sometimes it is still happening and you're just waiting for the final sign off so you can celebrate. So we
Yes.
really want to hear about that. And we do, as Charlotte explained,
Of course.
that we do report that back to Nedbank as part of the
Yes,
success story.
yes.
So
Yeah, I
please,
can't
please
wait.
don't forget us when the good things start
I will
happening.
not. I cannot wait. I will do that most definitely. Thanks.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that would like to tell us about the growth or the growth they hope for in the near future? I don't see anybody. How effective was the program in preparing you to grow and lead a business more strategically? So I've heard a lot of things about how you moved to a more strategic role in some of the modules, especially like the leadership modules. Do you think you were supported to lead your business strategically better and grow in that role as a strategic leader? I see Dr. Andile is clapping her hands.
Oh, actually, and I wanted to raise. Yes.
Welcome to tell us.
So yeah, I would say thank you to all the stakeholders involved, Nedbank and Women of Stature, and all the facilitators. Definitely yes. I think this is my 4th year in business, and my first year when I'm fully in business and not working and running the business on the side. And for me, this has come at an opportune time. I feel like it helps me to save more time than what my seniors who've been doing this for 10 years and so forth would have probably wasted by trying to do everything by themselves. I've actually seen that it also has allowed me to take my actual position in the company and not try to do everything. So I'll definitely say yes, this has helped me to play a strategic role in the company. I would not say maybe I'm at 110%, but I'm definitely at a better place than I was yesterday.
Thank you for that. We see positive feelings towards being strategic. Anybody else like to comment on this question? I see your reactions. Okay, now this one. What additional support or resources would have helped you during or after the program? So is there anything that you think that would have been nice to, to kickstart you a bit more, or anything that going forward that you think support or resources would benefit you going forward?
So I think, I don't know, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Is it anyhow possible that for me, if Nedbank has maybe a marketing team that could help us implement what we have learned? And like I said, there are things that I want to print out and start putting them on everywhere. But is there anyhow maybe we can get assistance with marketing? from the Nedbank.
Okay, assistance with marketing. Anybody else like to? Zipumzile raised a hand. You're welcome to speak.
Actually, on my side, I would like to ask if it will be possible to not only end this now, but have like continuous communication, let's say, or touchdown after 6 months, where we can have a session like this, even if it's not physical or even if it's virtual, where Nedbank can just check where we are and if there's any other further things that we need, because I believe most of us, we are all now scattering around trying to fix everything that we've learned. Probably in 6 months' time, in 1 year time, we'll realize new challenges that will arise as we implement what we've learned. I don't know if there is a possibility of the continuation of the relationship in terms of development, to say there'll be maybe a meeting or a 2-day or 3-day meeting or something where Nedbank can learn where we are, whether there are successes or failures, and whether we've got more questions or things like that, especially with the caliber of the mentors that we have, like to be able to sit down and say, this is what I learned, this is where I am, this is where I'm stuck. How do I move forward?
Okay, kind of
Thank
like
you.
a reunion show that you can get together and share your journey, and it sounds,
Yes.
yes.
Yes,
I
yes.
think the intention is to follow up with you in a couple of months' time, especially from knowing the effectiveness of the program that you've been through. And I'm not sure if there is additional support from Nedbank, but we obviously trying to maintain the relationship. And I think Charlotte will definitely be in contact if there is more opportunities for you guys through Nedbank. And obviously, if you find maybe an email from myself or Leon in the future that you have to invite you to a meeting to hear about your progress, you'll share that with us. So we do intend on following up with you. That's the quick answer. The additional support, I don't have that answer, but I would always say, watch the space. We don't know what can happen in the next couple of months. Is there any other questions or things that you feel you'd like to?
Can I just quickly get in there just to answer that ongoing support question? My best advice to everybody is to just keep a close relationship with Charlotte here, because Charlotte is everybody's central point of contact. So in identifying opportunities, she would best likely know where you are in your journey. So those updates are very critical, given that it's once a month or once every quarter, just updating Charlotte, how you've been implementing some of the learnings and what are your needs on an ongoing basis. Because then she would then amalgamate everybody's requirements and come to us and say, listen guys, based on the support that was given, these are the needs that have come that followed through post what we have given. Is there an opportunity that we could tailor make a program that looks to support these businesses in these areas? And we would definitely take it up for consideration. But that particular engagement or the amalgamation of that knowledge should be coming from Charlotte as our stakeholder here. Because then from the bank's point of view, we have 20 programs like this that are currently ongoing. So can you imagine, there are other initiatives that have 300 businesses. So getting in touch with each and every one of those businesses proves to be quite a challenge, while also looking for more innovative ways to deliver impact. So, only having 20 can I say stakeholders or champions that are advocating for you guys, makes it a whole lot easier and quicker to give you that particular, resources and solving the problems and challenges that you might have. So please continue, keeping the relationship alive. Don't just go off on the wilderness. I definitely believe in, we grow through collaboration, and this is how we see collaboration working for us at this particular interim. Thank you.
Thank you. I see Dr. Andile has got her hand up.
Thank you so much once again. It's not necessarily has to do with the slide up. I just wanted to take this opportunity to express my indebtedness also for each and every woman that I got to meet and interact with in this program. Every conversation I got to learn something valuable, and I just wanted to pass my thanks. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Andile. How do you plan to continue your leadership development journey after this program? Is there anything that you have your eye on? Maybe something new coming past, or that you've learned about in the program that you want to go deeper into in the future? Don't see any hands. I assume, Dr. Andile, that's an old hand. Oh, there's
Can
another
I go,
hand.
Mariette?
Yes, please. Okay.
Mariette, I think I've through this program also learned courage. I think there's other business endeavors that I'd also like to pursue. I've reached out to a business partner that shares the same passion, and we've started brainstorming. So I'm hoping and praying we can get that over the line as well.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else like to share? Future plans?
Just a quick one. I think what the doctor said, or what you said, is collaboration is the key. So I've stepped out of my comfort zone in thinking I'm a all key role player in the universe. So the more strategic, I would say, people I interact with, it's not always going to be like that, but I think for growth purposes, and how I've navigated the program is collaboration. It is the key. Step out of your comfort zone and learn from others. You've got nothing to lose. Take key, insightful knowledge and show up the best version of yourself. That's it. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Fortunate. So I think we ran out of time, but my last question is there anything else you'd like to share about your experience and growth on the program? Is there something that you were wanted to say and then someone else said something and, and now's your opportunity. Let us know your last thoughts. I'm sure you will hear from us again, but I see Mamokete, your mic is off. You can go. The floor is yours, Mamokete.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank Nedbank. I would also like to thank you and Charlotte for the time that you've given us and this opportunity. Honestly, for me, it was a golden opportunity to be part of the cohort, because even the presentation of the program was just made suitable and simplified for us. So I'm really grateful, even for the ladies that were together. I would say the colleagues, I would like to say, let's continue and, let's make ourselves proud, because we are now we've been given tools to break the poverty that we come from. So for me, I would say that I don't even think the sky is the limit for me. I know my worth and I know the worth of my business. So I am confident to go and approach OEMs. I'm confident to go and present my case, even if I stutter when I get there, but I know I have done my part and I can only learn by always showing up. So from the bottom of my heart, I would like to thank all of you for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's so kind of you. Anybody else like to share final thoughts? I see hands up. Let's see.
Should I go in quickly?
Yes, please.
Can I please share my screen? I just want to give the ladies here just a hint of what they could expect on the Simply Biz website.
Okay, let me just stop sharing and then you can go.
Oh, it's actually currently disabled from my end.
Charlotte, can you just allow sharing?
Let me just, sorry. No, it does show.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it shows now. Let me share the screen. So just a quick one, guys. When you get onto the Simply Biz portal, you would register your business onto the platform, and this is how it would look like. But I just wanted to quickly show you here on the community tabs, especially when I heard a lot of you guys talking about the marketing and also improving on some of the implementing the marketing plans. Here are some of you can get like free advertising on the platform for your business. So that is a win already. And on the community tab, there is other toolkits. So here is one that I am very interested in, where you get a free toolkit for your marketing, your small business marketing toolkit, branding toolkit. And all of this is free. It's a digital guide for you to go in and utilize just by being on the platform. So please definitely take advantage of this and make it worth your while. I mean, if the resources are there, it's up to you to really just make them work. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's so insightful. I'm writing this down.
I'm glad. I'm
definitely going to look what's there available. Anybody else has their hand up? Sorry, I'm very hard for me to see all the hands. Okay.
No,
Then if
I
there's-
think, okay.
Yes, please go on.
I think all of us, we are just extremely grateful for both, for your team, the admin team, Nedbank, Nkuputsi, Charlotte, for your tireless. I mean, I can say we can spend the whole night, and it takes a lot of effort, and a perfect example of showing up. So she gave it all. She gave it all. I mean, her all, and we just looking forward for positive results and great testimonies so we can share with Charlotte. So to each and every ladies that also participated, despite our challenges and times and our hecticness, I just from all of us, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for giving us the opportunity, as like 100 and lots of women who have taken this opportunity. And we are forever grateful. Thank you, team. We can never say enough, but we see you and we appreciate and truly this is something that goes down the books. Legacy. I mean, the certificate says it all. So thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Charlotte, would you like to close the session?
Thank you very much. Yes, I need to say a huge big thank you to Mariette and Leon. They've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes whilst, everybody is, getting through the training and that. but they have to look after a lot of other things, the systems, etc. So I really want to say a huge thank you to them. Again, to OG and Namila, thank you so much for this incredible support to make this possible again. And thank you to the ladies that have been on this journey with us for all this time. We've got the first cohort. Obviously, you haven't met them. And it would be actually very nice if we could have something in a few months' time where we do bring both groups together and, you know, do like a feedback session with both groups, because I think it would be interesting to see how they've actually, you know, managed since finishing, and you then obviously also will have had some experience. So let's look at that. I wouldn't say it would be in this year. I would say it'd probably be in early next year. But yeah, it's been a great experience for me, and lovely getting to know you all. And definitely this isn't the end of the road. It's just the beginning. And on that note, we say good night.
Thank you, Charlotte. Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night, everyone.
Thank you,
Good
Charlotte.
night,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
Bye.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.